Welcome back. So let us jump into how we can identify if we're moving, creating, communicating correctly, and that is through our signatures. So in human design, your signature is the green light to go toward your goal. It's telling you that you are in correct alignment. There is, your body is not trying to warn you that you are going the wrong way and go back. It's just the signature of you're good to go. So the green light. Your not self theme, on the other hand, is like, when you start up your car and you get the, flashing light, something on the dashboard, which is telling you to check the engine light. I just went camping on the weekend and this new light came up in our van and we were like, what's that? So I had to like chat GPT it and it told me what it was. And then I was like, okay, it's not that serious. But, our vehicle, well, unless maybe we've got a Tesla or something, but I don't know. But normal vehicles can't say, hey, Jade, you need to look at this. No, it just starts blinking this engine light, letting you know that something is not right. Okay, something is off or something needs our attention. And so our not self theme is this engine light, which is an emotional signal that we have drifted off track. And what it generally means is that we're operating from our mind, from our memory, from our conditioning, from what we've always thought or how we've always done things, should I say, and we're trying to make decisions from previous data in the mind rather than following our strategy and authority that our body is equipped with. Okay, so let's have a look at these different signatures and not self themes. Let me just move me out of the way here. Bear with me. Put me down here. Awesome. So let's go type by type and have a little talk and read some stories through each of them. So for the manifester, when you're operating correctly, there's a feeling of peace, right? You can read the things there. And it's beautiful watching a manifester who has followed their strategy and authority with their creations, because manifestors are usually creating things, putting things out there that are quite new or that they've been drawn to. This particular example comes up with a splenic manifester who I was there the moment where their spleen got the hit around this idea and then sort of watched them create this initiative. And I was there on the day when the event took place and there was so much, they were so light and they didn't have any worries in it, and it just, they just fluttered and it was very peaceful. I've also seen where manifestors are in their anger, and that's that engine light to say that however this thing has been created, if we trace it back to its origin, the moment where the idea came in, did it come through the mind or did it come through the urge and the surge that the manifester gets? So it's about watching out for where did this initiate from for the manifester. Moving on to the generator, satisfaction of putting your energy around this activity or situation or person and having that yield, having that energy output yield such beautiful, satisfying results. It's beautiful to watch, again, the lightness of a generator when they are in correct alignment and responding to things that are correct for their body. It's also one of the saddest things to watch a frustrated generator. It's not just frustration that fleets, it's this whole body change. You can see it in their body language. They're not, it's like they're degenerated. They don't have energy. They're not lit up with energy. It's like they've been drained. And then needing to do stuff from that drained place, is where their frustration comes from, and it's very sad to watch. I just like to try and remind generators to like find their peace again, because projectors, that's something we have to really do, is to protect our peace and bring ourselves back to a balanced place, and then go again with listening to our body. So similar for manifesting generators, but they'll also have these elements of peace and anger, because they are sort of like a hybrid between the generator and the manifester. They're a generator aura, they have a generator body, but they also have, you know, elements of the manifester energy in there. So, same thing. The satisfaction that what they give their energy to produces and yields such satisfying results, and or whatever they've built. Same for the frustration when having to especially start something and finish something, being locked into a process and not being allowed to be fluid. That anger there is telling them that, or that frustration and anger is telling them that, hey, you're not supposed to be doing it this way. It's a common one for manifesting generators, is, when I normalize not having to start and finish things like everyone else would, it's like the peace that they feel and the peace that washes over them is like every single time, it's awesome to watch. Projectors, as I was saying, our where am I going? Oh, whoa, where am I going? Whoa. Okay, projectors, our signature is success. Success that we have been able to operate as a projector and move towards a desired goal. It's not talking about success in the stereotypical way that the patriarchal, capitalistic, colonized worldview would say is success. Wipe that from your thinking. This is success based on what is success for your body. And as projectors, we are operating in a generator world with, those layers of the patriarchy, capitalism, colonization, all of those layers on top of a generator, go, work, 8-9 hours a day, rest some of the day, works 5 days a week world. When the projector can master their system and output energy as a projector and yield a desirable result and be recognized, that's success for a projector. And that's our body letting us know, tick, 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 boom, you did it. Now, bitterness, on the other hand, if we're a projector, we're well aware of what that feels like. It can feel like and look like blame. It can feel like and look like, being fed up with the world and not understanding why things aren't going our way. What I like to do when bitterness hits is to make a bit of space for it safely, and then let it pass through, and again find our footing to be able to return to following our strategy and authority, which is to only output when we are recognized, only give when we're recognized, when we're seen, when we're loved, when we feel that the situation, the people that are wanting something from us are genuinely loving, recognizing, seeing us. Other than that, zip, go back to following our projector strategy and our unique authority. Okay, reflectors, when you are in correct alignment, allowing yourself to wait longer periods of time, that 30-day window before knowing what to do and what is correct for you. When you live in alignment that way, um, you know, the surprise, and again, it comes back to the lightness, the delight um, that can be seen in a reflector. And I do know a couple of reflectors. The delight that can be seen in the reflector when the surprises arise after waiting all that time is just, yeah, it's priceless. Also, the disappointment when the reflector tries to move like a generator, move like the way that they've always moved. Um, Similar to the generator, it's this depletion of of life force. And I guess for all of us, all of the types,